Thank you very much. Welcome and good night to this, the 12th episode, 12th edition of Up Late with Sehon Marshall. I'm your host, Sehon Marshall. Thank you so much for joining us. Whether you are on Facebook watching us live or you're here in the audience, it's always a pleasure to have you. Let's see. I think I've shared it already, so as usual, I'm going to give our viewing audience, those people on Facebook, those 5 seconds that I usually give you to share the feed. So please share the feed and call your friends, call anyone who you know watches this program and let them know Up Late with Sehon Marshall is on, and make sure that they share the feed. Make sure that you're inviting friends to watch it because it's Thursday night, it's 9 o'clock, and we're up late. Excuse me. All right. So I've already shared. Yes. Now, as usual, I would love to shout out or say hello to all those persons who are watching us, especially on Facebook, whether you're, well, and specifically those in diaspora. Now, there are a lot of Vincentians who are watching, and so we're really happy to have you from those of you here at home in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But those of you who are in Toronto, in Montreal, in New York, in New Jersey, in Maryland, in Florida, in the UK, wherever you are, in the Caribbean, Jamaica, Barbados, St. Lucia, thank you so much. And I haven't done it for a while, but our good friend of Up Late with Sehon Marshall, Zai, she's there, she's watching, she's young, she's one of our youngest followers, and she's there every night with us, all right? So I'm just saying good night to all of you who have logged on. So please, as again, get your friends, tell them Up Late is on, and have them log on and have them share. That's what we want. We want the program shared. So just share it. And because we have a really exciting show tonight. Let me, in the very beginning and from the onset, apologize for the absence of Mrs. Rita Lawrence. Now, I had advertised that Rita Lawrence, Tanti Rita, is going to be here with us tonight, but she isn't. She's unable to be here. Circumstances beyond our control. And I've already spoken to our team, and we're thinking that maybe what we would do in a subsequent program is take the show to Mrs. Rita Lawrence in Chateaubelair. Because, you know, when you're 100 years old and certain things become a little bit, you know, more challenging. Even though you're 100 and you're in perfect health and you're walking around fine, you still walk to church, you still could thread a needle, as in her case. You know, certain things can be a bit challenging. So, unfortunately, we do not have Mrs. Lawrence here tonight, but nonetheless, we have an exciting show lined up for you tonight, all right? Right, so I'll tell you about that a little later. Okay. Let me talk about, again, my hair don't, because there's not much of a hairdo, because there's no hair. I was speaking to my daughter the other day. She's 3 years old, and she came, she saw me on video, and she goes, "Daddy, why don't you have any black hair on your head?" I didn't know what to tell her, though. But at least she recognized that my hair is still black, you know what I mean? So I said to her, I cut them off. She goes, "Why?" End of conversation, because at that point, I didn't know what else to tell her. But I think my children are growing into seeing their dad without hair. All right? So, but this hairstyle that I have here complements Southeast Barbershop. Southeast Barbershop is located in the Maricopa Friendly Societies building, right on Back Street in Kingstown. I think that's called Bedford Street. I don't remember. But that street, the building that used to be the Sardines Bakery building, that's where you find Southeast Barbershop. It's upstairs, all right? So check out Southeast Barbershop for all of your hairstyling needs, all right? Good. Don't forget that on the 11th of August, there's going to be a hospital drive at Standard Shippers, Inc. That's on Ditmos in New York. This hospital drive has been organized by 3 wonderful Vincentians, Tammy Kirby, Glenroy Gobels Phillips, and Gans Byron. And they are soliciting things that hospital need, all right? So gauze, gloves, whatever you can get, beds, sheets, and so forth, wheelchairs, the likes. If you have access to those things, you know, and, well, if you have access to them, you take them to the standard shippers on the 11th of August. That's when the hospital drive is happening in Brooklyn, New York. Please support that hospital drive, all right? Yes, you know, I was talking about the fact that Tanti Rita Lawrence was supposed to be here tonight. No, I got this idea from Randy Spartan. Now, anybody who knows Randy Spartan knows he's a comical kind of guy, very funny guy. And last week, when I mentioned that Rita Lawrence was celebrating 100 years, Randy Spartan put up that maybe we should name a highway Tanti Rita Highway, all right? Because we seem to like to name highway after people after 100 years old. But that's a different story. So I am not going to say that we should name the highway the North Leeward Highway, the Rita Lawrence Highway. Or that might be impractical. But there is a strip of road, a nice street, a strip of road that runs by her gate. That is, for those of you who know Chateaubriand, it is the road right above the lodge building, the Friendly Society building, and it runs right across her gate. And maybe that is something we can try and lobby for, that a centurion like Rita Lawrence, who has served her community well, and everybody in Chateaubriand knows Rita Lawrence for her guava cheese. If you have not guava cheese, then you're missing something, half your life gone. But maybe that is something we can think of, and the great nephew of Rita Lawrence is actually the Honorable Roland Patel Matthews. He is the Member of Parliament for North Leeward, and maybe that is something that he can speak to other parliamentarians about. And I'm sure people in Chateaubriand would welcome that Rita Lawrence, that street just that runs by her house, be named after her in honor of the fact that she's a centurion. Now, her brother, as I said last week, celebrated 103 just a few months ago, but he didn't have the same impact in Chateaubriand as did Rita Lawrence. So I'm thinking, you know, there's a in my view, a justification for us to do that for Rita Lawrence, right? All right, so let's see what happens. Patel, that's just an idea. I'm throwing it out. Think about it. Maybe it's something that we can pick up. I wouldn't have a problem with it, and I'm sure that many residents of Chateaubriand, Plant Village, wouldn't have a problem with it either, all right? Now, something remarkable happened for St. Vincent and the Grenadines recently. And for those persons who are not following, I'm gonna try to explain this. It's a big deal, by the way. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, represented by our permanent representative to the United Nations, Her Excellency Inga King, is now the president of the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations. Now that's a big deal. So can I have a round of applause, please? All right. Yeah, I didn't get a round of applause when I came out. So can I have a second round of applause, please? Okay, all right. All right, so St. Vincent and the Grenadines is now the president of the Economic and Social Council. Last year, we served as vice president, Ambassador Inga King. This year, we're now the president, and we'll be president for 1 year until next year, July. That's fantastic. I worked with Ambassador King. It was one of the highlights of my professional career. I want to congratulate her, congratulate St. Vincent and the Grenadines. She is a hard worker. I can say this for a fact. She's highly respected in the United Nations. And what is happening now is testament to the credibility and the hard work of a very strong, a very professional Vincentian woman in the person of Rhonda King. And I salute her, and I know she's going to represent St. Vincent and the Grenadines well at the Economic and Social Council. All right, so that's just something. If you haven't heard it yet, you're hearing it now, and you can flood Facebook with all the congratulations for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and also for Inga King, the permanent representative and ambassador to the United Nations. So that was a bit of a housekeeping and all those kind of vibes. Still waiting for you to share. I wonder if my guests tonight have shared it already. I ain't calling nobody name, but I had two of them. Two guesses, 3 actually. And I wanted to share like everybody else and make sure that their people are logged on and watching Uplift with Sehon Marshall. All right. Finally, Club St. Vincent Inc. They're having their cultural expo. Their cultural expo is on August 25th at Friends of Crown Heights in Brooklyn. The address is 671 Prospect Place between Bedford and Frankton. I couldn't remember that last week. So check that out on the 25th of August. You have authentic Vincentian food, craft on display. You can eat the food, of course, and lots of performances. Scorcher, Saeed Bowman, you have Garifuna dancers and so forth. It's going to be a fantastic event. Make sure you check it out. And Club St. Vincent Inc. is a club in New York that does a lot of work assisting Vincentian children, especially those who attend the Penn Relays. So it's a worthy cause. If you're in the New York area, if you're in the Brooklyn area, support that event from the Club St. Vincent Inc. All right, now somebody gave me a joke. I ain't no comedian, but anyhow, somebody gave me a joke recently, right? And I was told. So there was this patient at a mental institution, and he went complaining to the doctor that every night he sees rats playing basketball. Every night. And he's complaining to the doctor, sees rats playing basketball. So the doctor said to him, you know what? I'm going to give you these pills. Take them tonight so you can sleep well. The guy goes, nah, tonight is the final. All right. With that, I think that's a good way to take a break. Now, as I said, we have a fantastic show tonight. Fantastic show tonight. We have a guy who makes so, and I short. And if I have somebody short than me, I'm going to take advantage and make all the short jokes I can because I'm short, right? But a popular radio personality in the house, he ain't coming to the stage yet. He coming to the after the break, but I'm just telling you who we have, right? We have Shevrell Candyman Mcmillan. He's in the house. Give a round of applause. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Later on, we would also speak with who's in the house now, this young lady, and there's a story I have, and I'm going to tell this story when she comes on stage. The first time I saw her, my first experience with her. But she's been taking the region by storm lately. She's a very well-recognized local artist, but regionally, she's been blowing up. She's done a stint in Jamaica. She's tearing up the airwaves in Barbados. She's here with us tonight on the Up Late stage. I'm talking about none other than Vasita, Sita the Lyrical Diva, Cain. That's a long name, though. Give it up for Sita. And finally, we would also chat with the Vice President of AMP, the Association of Music Professionals. She's here with us. She's going to be talking about the AMP Awards next Tuesday. And I'm hosting that event next Tuesday. She's married to my cousin. Her name is Marvo Morgan. Give Marvo a round of applause. All right? So we're going to take a quick break right now. And when we come back, I would sit down and we chat with Shevrell Mcmillan. We'll be right back.
He's back. No box, no kick, no fight. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be up late with Sehon Marshall? It's Up Late with Sehon Marshall, premiering this Thursday, May 10th at 9 p.m.
The future stars of Wendy's will showcase their talents in the 2018 West Indies Under-19 Cricket Tournament, August 3rd to August 30th in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Matches will be played at the Park Hill playing field, the main Honestfield playing field, the Sign Hill playing field, and the Cumberland playing field. Who will be champions? Barbados, Guyana, Jamaica, the Leeward Islands, Trinidad and Tobago, Canada, or hosting the Windward Islands. It's the West Indies Under-19 Cricket Tournament, August 3rd to 30th. Come see the future stars of Wendy's. On Friday, August 31st, join the Friends of Sign Hill Inc. on the boat ride, Denims and White, aboard the Golden Sunshine from Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn Pier number 9. Boarding time 6 p.m. Departure 7 p.m. sharp. Tickets at $40, available from any member of Friends of Sign Hill Inc. Music by DJ Super Eyes, D1 Entertainment, and DJ Laga. It's the boat ride, Denims and White. For more information, call 917-560-0432, 347-262-8014, or 646-248-3995. For Denims and White, you don't want to miss it.
Searchlight Online, now stronger and better, and with more options for everyone. Download the free app and access the e-paper and breaking news. Check out our e-paper's read aloud and translation features. Read our e-paper in different formats, even when you're offline. Access our online archive as far back as 2005. Only interested in viewing ads? Go directly to our print ad marketplace. Subscribers get exclusive access to a full-color midweek e-paper edition, in addition to the weekend edition. Affordable monthly, quarterly, biannual, and annual e-subscription plans. Book, submit, and pay for advertisements online. Go to www.searchlight.vc for more details. Searchlight, journalism you can trust. Now stronger, better, and with more options for everyone.
He's back. No box, no kick, no fight. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be at late with Sehon Marshall? It's at late with Sehon Marshall, premiering this Thursday, May 10th at 9 p.m.
And we are back. Thank you so much, Christian. Please get up. Christian Mark provides live music for us here on Up Late with Sehon Marshall. Listen, we do things at Up Late in a kind of way, you know what I mean? All right, now, I really apologize for those of you online who were complaining about the volume of the stream. We've sorted that out. So thank you so much for paying attention and for sticking with us. If it is still a little low, you can send a message. We'll see it. And, you know, we sort it out. All right? All right, great, wonderful. All right, so as promised, we have an exciting guest coming online. This guy, our guest, is a popular radio personality. He's also an exciting comedian. And you can hear him every morning on Extreme Radio 104.3 doing their morning show. If you have never tuned in, you should. All right? Nice show. Without any further ado, you know what I'm talking about, right? The shortest guy with the biggest mouth, and I can say short because he's shorter than me, with the most shots. Let's welcome on stage Shevrell, Candyman, Mcmillan. Give him a round of applause. Shevrell, that was his shortest round of applause. Sorry.
That's a bit. Give me a longer one.
That was a short.
Let's go.
Oh my Lord. Those are some nice kicks, Candyman. Where do you get your shoes,
I got
dude?
black shoes tonight.
Yeah, you usually know white, very pointed.
Yeah, I can't waste my white shoes on you.
Oh, it's like that. It's like that. All right. Randy Spartan's a kind of blazing fire kind of vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
is he ever blazing?
He's got a boat ride coming up next week, I think.
Your mic is on? Like, can I check to see? Was it thing? Let me check it out. Yeah, put it on me, please.
Let me make sure it's on.
Yeah, okay, they're on. Okay, all right. It should be on now.
Okay.
Right.
Good. They hear me?
They should be.
You hear me? All right, great.
Right. So you're going to advertise Spartan Boat Ride on my show?
Yes, Spartan Boat Ride is coming up. That's my boy. Yeah.
How much you paying for that?
I'm going to be on it. Spartan is the new Spectrum.
But that's and Spectrum, you got it right. Spartan is the new Spectrum. All right.
Yeah.
Candyman, thank you so much for doing Up Late with me tonight. And I think you were probably one of the first stations I went on when I started to promote this show.
Yep.
So I thank you for that and for that publicity. But let's talk about Candyman.
You sure? All right.
Evil laugh. Where did you name Candyman? How did you get that nickname? That nickname?
Is this what's the rating on this?
Okay, never mind. All right, forget that. Forget that.
Is it rated PG-13?
Listen, forget that. I have a son who's 13 and a daughter who's 9, and they all watch my show. So yeah, you can't tell me. Okay,
it's not that kind of show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because we really don't encourage lying on my show.
Yeah.
All right.
I do it standing as well.
Yeah, you do it standing as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got different moves.
But you know,
I got moves.
The point is though, we don't know whether he's standing or lying. Because anyway, let me move on. Where you from, Candyman? Where in St. Vincent from?
Where you going?
Oh.
I'm originally from.
How your mother?
Mespo.
How your mother?
Hey?
How your mother?
No, you don't do
When
that.
last you been home?
I don't go home. I live in town. I'm originally from Mesopotamia.
Okay.
In a little village called Freeland.
Okay. Did you acquire any?
The older people would know where Freeland is because that's where they used to go to pay the Bonpan book.
Did you acquire any with Freeland?
Freeland? No, it's not like that up there.
So you live in a place named Freeland where you gotta buy the land?
You gotta buy it.
Oh my Lord.
There's no squatting up there either. Yeah.
Tell us about the early years of Candyman. Where did you go to school?
I went to Valley School, as it's known in Mesopotamia, Valley School.
Okay.
But it's the Maroko government school. That's where I went to school. And that's where my schooling had a lot to do with who I became, because I had an early exposure to drama and the arts in school. I had a teacher, her name was Miss Eileen Bailey. I don't know if you know her.
The name sounds quite familiar.
That's Adrian Bailey's mom.
Okay, okay.
Right? And she would teach us things like dramatization and the old folk songs and so on. And, you know, from a very early age, I would listen to the radio a lot, you know, because, you know, we didn't have television.
Right.
You know, so my company was the radio. So I would listen to the radio, but I would listen to it in different ways than people, than kids would, you know, from my age. And I would listen to the radio late as well. So
He's back.
the BBC guys sound and all them kind of things, because it was just NBC radio at that time.
Right,
you know? So
They switched to BBC after
11 o'clock, right? So and I had there was this old guy who was living next to us, but he passed away. And they moved his house. In those days, people had board houses, so they just lived with the board house and moved it, right? But it was on columns, some concrete slabs, and they had the hooks that they would hook the four corners of the house on, right? And there was a piece of steel that was bent. So the column came up and the steel was on the top and it was bent like this. So it was like a mic.
And so you would go to?
So I would go to the mic and, you know, practice to do all of that and sing. And then they found out.
How tall was this column?
I'd have to climb up on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Juicy boxer too?
Yeah, no. I could climb up on it.
Okay.
So they found out I could sing in school, and they used to put me on the stage and to sing.
Okay.
You know, so I was like, you know, 8 years old, 9 years old.
And all this was in Valley School?
Yeah, that's Valley School.
Okay, and then you moved from Valley School and you went to?
I went to St. Martin Secondary School.
You're an old boy like myself?
Yeah.
I'm an older boy, actually.
Yeah, very, very much older. You know that. The Grey is a dead giveaway. Are you Mr. Grey?
Thank you very much.
You got a lot of shades.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Anyway.
This is your getting back at me, right? That's all right. That's no problem.
I'm just observing.
Right.
So, so St. Martin's now, I went to St. Martin's Secondary School. Here's a funny thing. My best friend and I, he's from Richland Park, and I was from Freeland. So we were the only two boys from Mespo in the class, right? In the whole school there. So, you know, naturally, we would hang out. And then in the hanging out, we discovered that we both like singing. But his singing background was from church, right? And my singing background was from radio. So, you know, I have all the secular things and songs.
And he has all the church songs.
Yeah, all the church songs. So we kind of like, you know, we would sing together and harmonize and do all of that, right?
Okay.
And, but before that, I used to hang out with the older boys when I went to Farm 1. Because, funny enough, I realized that I was the smallest guy around.
In school?
In school.
Right.
But I always
The whole school?
The whole school.
Right.
So I had this charm.
Just have to make that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What charm? Wrong your neck?
Eh?
Wrong your neck?
No, I don't expect you to know about charm. It's all right. You wouldn't know charm if it was during it.
Ah, boy. Okay.
It is, right now.
Okay, all right.
But, so I was saying, right, the older boys, when I went to Farm 1, I would hang with the older boys. Because, you know, they would take care of me.
Right.
You know, nobody could beat me up or anything.
Right.
I just had to go and point at him and say, that boy did.
Right.
Tap you up and so on, right?
But first of all, I couldn't find you because you were...
Right. Yeah. So I did that. And in them days, the older boys the Farm 5 and Farm 4 boys would sit in the class at like break time and lunch time and beat on
beat on the desk.
right.
Yeah.
And
freestyle and so on and so on. Yeah.
Woman and neighbor shy, put up your hand, man. And they would say, they'd be like, smart man, come, smart man, jump a line, jump a line. So smart man would come in, my little boy, as the word God, man, you know what I'm saying? So I had that going. But then he discovered that I could sing, and I discovered he could sing. So we were singing, and our class teachers realized that we could sing. So we became the St. Martin's Choir. Just the two of us, right?
Every little thing to sing, represents St. Martin's.
Yeah.
And all that's to
to all these funerals and...
that's how you know Spectrum. Because he was videotaping the funerals. Like you sang that.
From boat ride.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So that's how I really got into entertainment. And the comedy...
Well, hold on, before you go to the comedy though, because you then came into radio. Was it that the influence that you had listening to all that radio for that many years?
Yeah, I always wanted to do radio.
Really?
Yeah.
So how did you get into radio? How did it happen?
The second thing though.
How did it happen? What was the first?
The first thing I wanted to do was be a pilot.
Okay.
And September 11 happened.
Okay.
I was like,
I get that, right?
No.
Yeah.
That's it.
But boat a pilot too, so you couldn't pilot boat. You couldn't pilot boat.
No,
like tugboat and so.
I'm morbidly afraid of the sea.
Oh, okay, you can't swim.
That's
that's true. Anyway, so let's move on.
when you swim in the river, you got banks, you can go there. You don't have no banks.
That is true, right?
You don't have no banks.
That is true. He has no banks.
Yeah.
So how did radio happen though?
Well, it was 2005. In fact, when I left school, I was working at the office of the Prime Minister on the Yes program. Okay. Right? And, I happened to be working there. Glenn Jackson was the
press secretary
at the time. Yeah, right? And, he would come into the office in the area where I was working, and we would all be conversing and so on, and we would talk about, it was election time as well. I would talk about like issues and so on that were topical, and there were other people in the office, and we would all have this conversation, and he had this thing, like he would ask everybody their views, like to kind of get feedback, and he would say to me, boy, you're thinking on a different level, so I
a different level.
Yeah.
Everybody
So he would say that, and then, so I said to him, I like how you just move on the radio and think, I would like to be on radio one day.
Okay.
Right, so he said, one of these days I'll take you on, put you on the show,
Really?
And he did.
Okay.
He did, and it was a great show. I got a lot of calls when I was on. People were telling me, that, most people would not remember that though, but because he told me not to use my original name because he said the political climate, you're just getting started in life. You don't want to tarnish yourself because people are, and he was very wise with that. But he gave me some tips and so on, and, a year after that, he passed away. That was 2006. And I think it was March or April he died. And later on that year, NBC Radio was looking for new people.
Okay.
So my mother is the one who called me. She said, you should apply to NBC Radio.
Okay.
Looking for. She always had a close working relationship with them there.
Okay.
So I applied, and they called me in for the interview. They put me sit down in a room with some people. They asked me to read some stuff, and they asked me to present and all of that, and that was it. They had like probably 12 applicants, something like that. They selected 3 or 4 of us.
Okay.
Yeah. But 2 were to go on air, and the other 2 were
technical.
The other 2 were freelancers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was myself and the Fugitive that they selected.
Oh, you together?
Yeah.
So Fugitive was something very big.
He was
as well?
at NBC Radio. Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
We started together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you basically would credit Glenn Jackson for your entrance into radio most directly.
Yeah. Well, he's the first person that put me on radio.
Right.
On the Shaker program.
Okay.
But that wasn't long. It was like one-off kind of thing,
That's
just to kind of get my feet wet. But
okay.
But he said something to me that day that stuck with me all the time, right? And he said, when you're on radio, you have to know what you're talking about. Always know what you're talking about.
You know something? Glenn needs to be talking to somebody announcers that we have now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, I never call them announcers. Glenn needs to be talking to somebody radio, people that we have now.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, all right.
That's always stuck with me. And he said, always know what you're talking about. And he said, if you don't know what you're talking about, sound like you know what you're talking about.
As I said, he needs to really be talking to somebody's radio people now. You're no longer at NBC, you are at now Extreme.
Extreme, yeah.
And that's a different format though, Candyman. That's a lot different than what I know to be the NBC radio format. Yeah. How has the transition been into the FM or that type of urban type format?
Well, it wasn't difficult for me because, you know, I'm accustomed to being on stage. And the FM format is sort of like putting the stage on radio. Okay. You know, you do all these stage shows and so on. It's kind of like that. But it also has, I mean, I got to bring a lot of my experience from NBC Radio as well. Right. The professionalism, the research, you know, knowing your stuff, and those things. So I think it was kind of made for me, you know. In a kind of way, because you know I'm also a comedian, and you know, I'm
going to get to that as well too, because I actually heard you perform a couple of years ago, but we get into that just now. You've not shied away from controversial issues. As a matter of fact, no, you've even taken personal issues that are controversial and just put them out there. Yeah. Why?
Well, that's life, you know, and you know, controversy is a part of life. We can't avoid it. We can't ignore it. We can't pretend that it doesn't exist. And being on radio, especially morning radio, which I do, is about being fearless. You know, you can't, of course there are some things that you stay away from. Right. But that is because you have a responsibility to your listeners, right? But you have a responsibility as well to talk about the issues that affect people. And to talk about, and you have to be middle ground. You have to call issues as you see fit. And you say controversy, and I think, you know, especially political issues, you know, people don't like when you don't share their political views. Right. You know? So people have seen me on stage campaigning for the ULP, but I don't think that everything that the ULP government has done was great. They mess up sometimes, and when they mess up, it's my job, you know, as a journalist, as an individual who is responsible for reporting to the nation, to call it out. And that doesn't mean at the same time that because I support the ULP or any particular party that I can't say the NDP does anything good, that I can say it's a good move or it's a good thing, or I can't like anybody there. And at the same time, I'm not going to shy away from saying when the NDP has done something that I don't think is good, you know, because that's my job. And people are not going to like you, which is what I'm experiencing now. Right. People on both sides think I'm the worst thing that ever happened.
What's the backlash like when they think that you step out too far, or they really are, you share views that are really unpopular? What's the backlash like?
Well, people are not going to like you.
Do you get like hate text messages and so on, and inbox messages from Facebook? Inbox from Facebook?
I'm a real bad man, you know. No, I have gotten death threats. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't live it. You know, if I was afraid of somebody killing me, I wouldn't say the things that I say and do the thing. I'm not afraid of that. Right. You know, it doesn't faze me. So, yeah, I have gotten that. People, you know, said that they want to beat me up and all those things, but it doesn't really bother me much. I don't lose sleep over it. I really don't.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You're a comedian. I heard you perform a few years ago in the Coats Caribbean or the OECS.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Not a few years, but
that's like what? Is that what?
That's like 2008.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay. It's short. It's short while back.
No, at your age, it seems like just the other day. You know, when you yeah, time seems to be short.
Just stand still. Yeah. All right. I don't know why I brought you on my show.
I'm here to get there.
I don't know why I brought you. I don't know what got into my head. But anyway, because there's no way I could compete with you with that. But anyway, so you performed. and you came second. I did the Antiguan, who I thought was brilliant, by the way.
Yeah, they gave it to him, though. They gave it to him. Because my whole set was original.
And his
right?
wasn't?
He did...
I know what he did there.
He did something that he copied from a Jamaican thing.
Okay.
My whole set was original. And that's what I do. I never do copied comedy.
Yeah.
Like, everything you hear me say on stage for comedy, you'll never hear it anywhere else.
Right.
I write my stuff. I come up with my own things.
Where is contestant number 12?
That's another thing about me. I don't do the same thing twice. Like, you've never seen me do this routine.
Contestant 12 and 13, right.
I don't do that.
But where is she, though?
It was retired. All my characters.
So she just did one. She just did one.
Like, I'll do it for one season.
And that's it.
And then that's it. Because I get bored. And if I get bored of it, I don't think my my audience will enjoy it. You know. I don't like dwelling on one thing for too long.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I retire all my things and I just move on. People want me to do them over, you know.
But when it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what's next for Candyman? I mean, you're a comedian. You do a lot of hosting of events.
I've scaled down over the years, though. Like,
you've scaled down.
The last couple of years, I've scaled down.
Right.
Yeah.
You're very much into morning radio. I think your program is one of the biggest programs on morning radio.
You're thinking right. The brain is still working, man. This is amazing. You're taking your Cialis.
So
That's good. That's good.
But I told you about the age range.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's how good. Yeah. They don't know what that is. Your age, you know.
Oh my God! What did I do? Yeah. What did I do, Father? Next time, somebody please shake me and tell me Candyman. So so your program is growing. It seems to be growing as well. You have a wide audience overseas and so forth. Of course, after tonight, it's going to be even bigger.
I'm not growing, but the program is. You know?
Yeah, that's there. Candyman and growth, though. Anyway, so and after tonight, your program is going to be even bigger, right? Because you're on up late with Sehon Marshall and.
Well, a lot of your viewers are in the diaspora.
Yes, a lot of my viewers are in the diaspora.
My program has the biggest diaspora.
For radio.
On radio.
Yeah. No, for radio.
Right?
For radio.
No, in Vinci.
For radio.
I can tell you that.
For radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Possibly, yeah, of course. I wouldn't doubt that.
No, on radio. I mean, like, for everything else.
Right. Because Auntie Cheryl just oh, my nephew.
Yeah.
Poor lady. Anyway, so what's next for you, though? What do you have planned for Candyman? I mean, you're a young guy.
I can't tell you everything. I've done my show. I've done my own show for the last 3 years. Comedy show.
Yeah?
And, yeah. You weren't here for the last one.
Well, I've not been here for okay.
You weren't here. Your next guest, Sita, she's been on my show a number of times.
Really?
Acting, yeah.
This is the first time on my show.
Yeah.
My show just started.
She's great.
Yeah.
And she's done some acting for me. What I normally do is all the material for my show is like a 3-hour comedy show, but I write everything.
Really?
Yeah. And I call in all my friends, like we have Rodney Small, Luther, Scorpion, Bomani. I call them in and I give them the lines and we run through it and then we go on stage.
Kitron, Randy Sparta.
Yeah. They're all on it. But people are amazed to see these guys doing comedy, They're like, because they don't expect it. So
I know.
No,
but seriously, Randy and Kitron are two of the most creative guys I've come across in a long time.
I brought them on last year. They were on for the first
mad
time.
creative. I saw Kitron do a thing with the fanny pack and the big shades and so on. I'm like thinking, dude, calm down.
They're crazy.
They're crazy. And then I see Randy Spartan Highway in Johannesburg. I don't understand what's going on. It's just
it's okay.
It's
crazy. He's a crazy guy.
Mad crazy, really.
They got some, and what's going to happen next is Randy and I have been talking. Tajo as well.
Brilliant dramatist, Tajo.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There are a few other people. There's Nikki, she's
Nikki
got
Pay?
No, not that Nikki. She's Nikki, Growing with Nikki. She's got a popular YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
Right, and she won the Best of SVG award.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's gonna be on it as well. There's another young lady, Gabby. We got a couple of people that we are pulling in, and we are starting up a drama group.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and that's gonna be getting going really soon. We're gonna start rehearsing really soon. And I've already come up with the concept for our first.
Post-production.
Yeah, and Kevin Rodriguez is going to be working along with us to help us, pull it together and do the production properly.
Right.
He's also got his show coming up in September 8th.
Yes, he does. He did mention that to me.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So that is the next big thing that I'm working on. I didn't want to reveal it yet, but you brought it out tonight.
Of course, not play. Give him a round of applause. Come on, give him a round of applause.
Coming.
You know, Candy, I think you've done quite well, both in radio. You've pioneered. You're a comedian, and I enjoy your material. And
I try to keep it Caribbean, so Caribbean people could really enjoy it. But then I try to bring it to a level where people who are not from the Caribbean can also enjoy it. Yeah.
If I don't ask you this, my friend Richard Cox would probably shoot me. But he's not a violent man, and he don't believe in guns, so I'll be okay. But in terms of, I mean, from the public perception, Candy has everything intact, everything's going for Candyman. But personally, Candyman, what in terms of your professional career, whether it's radio or in drama, would you recount as maybe your lowest point that made you want to just, pack up things and say, you know what, maybe I'm not cut out for this after all?
I don't know. I guess Calypso.
Okay. I remember you sang one year, yeah, okay.
I did Calypso for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I did, funny enough, my first time on stage was Junior Calypso 2005 at Victoria Park. I had written 2 songs. 2 soca songs.
You wrote them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was in secondary school at the time, St. Martin's.
St. Martin's, the choir.
Yeah. So I wrote 2 songs and I couldn't decide which one to sing. So, I was a cadet at the time, so one of my junior cadets, she was a singer as well. She attended the Emmanuel High Mesopotamia. So she told me she wanted a song, so I gave her one, but the one I gave her was the one I preferred. Right? So
you're an unselfish man.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So I ended up spending most of my time working on her performance, getting the dance routine together and everything. I did everything. And she played second. And I came first. Right? So, but that was my first time on stage. So then, I always had the love for Calypso. I would be singing Calypso in primary school. My teachers would be amazed. Like, they wouldn't even know some of the Calypsos that I would be singing.
Right.
So I did Calypso for a couple of years. Upstage Experience was just coming out. I went with them. But the response, Calypso has got a lot of negative vibes in it, in St. Vincent. They got a lot of negative people, especially the older guys. They're very negative towards young people. They started changing, but I think reluctantly so. Mm-hmm. But the reviews that I got were not good, and I just thought, nah, I don't want to be around these people. Plus, I could talk and make jokes and make my money anyway. I don't really need Calypso. I could just be on the radio and just play it and give it the push that it needs.
Right.
So I just left the Calypso scene. I just never went back. That was that.
Wow.
But people love my Calypsos because, I don't know if I'll ever go back. People have been calling me back for years.
Mm-hmm.
You can come and sing, but I think we need to get rid of some of them guys first. I won't call no names.
Neither would I. God, some names jumping out at me, but I wouldn't call any names, right?
People would know who they are.
Right.
But I'm happy because I see the younger guys coming now and they're doing the thing and they're doing a lot better.
Really well.
Seeing the numbers swelling even in the tents.
Yeah.
That's why.
Absolutely.
That is why.
Absolutely.
Because the young people are coming in and they are letting me Calypso evolve. That was my thing.
Okay.
When I started Calypso, I wanted to see it push forward.
Right.
Because if you listen to Calypso, you listen to every other genre of music. Every other genre of music. You listen to a song from the 1990s and you listen to a song from today. They don't sound the same.
Right.
We can't play them on the same rhythm. A Beanie Man song from 1995 and a Beanie Man song from today is totally different because dancehall has evolved.
Right.
Hip hop has evolved. Every other genre, soca has evolved. Soca don't sound the same, right? But our Calypso has not evolved. They sound the same.
Well,
they're even worse than the 90s.
Maybe excuse me. Maybe what we've had is Calypsonians who've not evolved. And so their compositions now still sound like something that they composed in the 1970s or 1980s. Yeah. But
because they have not allowed it to go forward.
Right.
Because they kept out the young people. Young people are who push the evolution because they bring something new.
Right.
You understand? People like Beanie Man and so on and Marshall have been forced to evolve they get young writers,
Right.
Because they got a particular style that they were accustomed to, but they get young writers. The young writers write for them in the style of today,
Right.
you know. So they stay fresh.
The current.
But in Calypso, especially in St. Vincent, it hasn't gone that way because the young people were kept out. So it stayed the way it was. And it went down. And that was my thing. My thing was, I'm going to come in and I'm going to try to change it. I'm going to try to push it forward. And I got a lot of pushback for that. So I just left. But the young people that we're seeing now, I'm sure you're seeing, there's an evolution. It's moving forward. It's slowly, but the young people are pushing it in a different direction. So that's comforting to me.
All right. Candyman, let me thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for gracing the stage. It was a pleasure having you.
Yeah. It was great being here.
My viewers seem to have loved you.
Yeah, they have somebody good looking to look at. For once. It's all good. I'll be back.
No, you won't. Not if I have anything to do with that.
You don't like job.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
Really a pleasure, buddy. Right, all the best. When we come back, we chat with Sita, the Lyrical Diva. Don't go away.
No box, no kick, no fight. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be at Late with Sehon Marshall? It's at Late with Sehon Marshall, premiering this Thursday, May 10th at 9 p.m.
Monthly, quarterly, biannual, and annual. Monthly, quarterly, biannual, and Searchlight Online, now stronger and better, and with more options for everyone. Download the free app and access the e-paper and breaking news. Check out our e-papers read aloud and translation features. Read our e-paper in different formats, even when you are offline. Access our online archive as far back as 2005. Only interested in viewing ads? Go directly to our print ad marketplace. Subscribers get exclusive access to a full-color midweek e-paper edition, in addition to the weekend edition. Affordable monthly, quarterly, biannual, and annual e-subscription plans. Book, submit, and pay for advertisements online. Go to www.searchlight.vc for more details. Searchlight, journalism you can trust. Now stronger, better, and with more options for everyone.
On Friday, August 31st, join the Friends of Sehon Hill Inc. on the boat ride. Denims and White aboard the Golden Sunshine from Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn Pier number 9. Boarding time 6 p.m. Departure 7 p.m. sharp. Tickets at $40 available from any member of Friends of Sehon Hill Inc. Music by DJ Super Eyes, D1 Entertainment, and DJ Laga. It's the boat ride. Denims and White. For more information, call 917-560-0432, 347-262-8014, or 646-248-3995. For Denims and White. You don't want to miss it. The future stars of Wendy's will showcase their talents in the 2018 West Indies Under-19 Cricket Tournament, August 3rd to August 30th in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Matches will be played at the Park Hill playing field, the main Honestfield playing field, the Sehon Hill playing field, and the Cumberland playing field. Who will be champions? Barbados, Guyana, Jamaica, the Leeward Islands, Trinidad and Tobago, Canada, or host team the Windward Islands. It's the West Indies Under-19 Cricket Tournament, August 3rd to 30th. Come see the future stars of Wendy's.
He's back. No box, no kick, no fight. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be at Late with Sehon Marshall? It's at Late with Sehon Marshall, premiering this Thursday, May 10th at 9 p.m.
Come back. Thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you so much, Christian, for providing us with that. He's just so smooth. I have a video on the Uplate web page. Check it out. Christian just rocking back at home, playing some Hendrix and so forth. The guy is talented. I taught him everything that he knows. So you know what I'm saying. So you could hire him or you could hire me, but I'm busy, so hire him. That's fine. All right. So welcome back. This week in the Searchlight newspaper, Carl the man gunned down at home. Them news are positive, eh? Have another referendum. and let the people decide, say Sir James. I wouldn't comment on that. Van runs off the road in Lomans Leeward. Serial shopkeeper escapes as armed robbers steal cash and liquor. $3 million worth of drugs found on board luxury yacht. New CCG head, who's been sanctioned, by the way, appeals for CCG to be SVG's final court. I mean, all that and so much more in this week's edition of the Searchlight newspaper, Journalism You Can Trust. Don't forget to check out also on the 25th of August. Let me just make sure. Hold on. I have that written down. 1 second. Right? My paper is here. Yes. Yes, 25th of August. So on the 25th of August, the Cultural Expo by Club St. Vincent Inc. at Friends of Crown Heights on 671 Prospect Place between Bedford and Franklin. Lots of local Vincentian art, craft, food on sale, and also an excellent cultural package featuring Vincentian Calypsonian sculpture, featuring Gloria Williams comedian, featuring the Garifuna dancers, Saeed Bowman and Pan, and so on and so forth. They start at 12 o'clock, all right, so check that out. And don't forget also the hospital drive on the 11th of August at Standard Chippers, all right? So some things to mark your calendar for the New York area. All right. So I am about to bring somebody on stage, all right? Years ago, she had this really big hit, From You Could Cook, Just Clap. Somebody know that song, all right? But she has evolved into a real kind of all-round entertainer, because this year her that's doing raga soca and so forth. But hey, I'm not going to stop here and give you a monologue. I'm going to bring her on stage. Please, may you feel welcome tonight, coming to the uplift stage, Sita the Lyrical Diva. Round of applause. Woo. Hi, good night. Hey, good night. Can I? Yeah. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
Candyman, jealous, aren't you? Anyway, all right. I want to give you a story before we start. Welcome to our play stage.
Thank you.
So, the first time I saw you, right, it was, I think, 2009. I didn't know who you were, because I grew up in church boy, and so on and so on. But this lady from Jamaica came here. What was her name? What's her name?
Kim.
Yes, Gaza Kim. So Gaza Kim came here and so on, and she was performing at Rudy's place in Peterborough, Cherry Hill.
Cherry Hill.
So I was there. My sister and I were there. I think a good friend of mine were there. And I saw this lady coming up in some boots up to her knees, right? So I turned to my sister and go, somebody gave her the wrong report. With them size of boots. Of course, later on at night, you went on stage, you just set the place in a frenzy and so on. I like, oh, so that's First Lady. So that was my first encounter with First Lady. How are you doing tonight?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for asking. And how are you?
After what Candyman just said to me, I'm going to have to ask my doctor. But I am well, thank you so much. And thank you so much for accepting our invitation.
No problem at all. It's my pleasure.
All right, good. She's so polite, unlike Candyman. My God, your mother raised you well. Well, first of all, before I go all the way back, I put up the ad, the poster, and I advertised that Sita the Lyrical Diva is coming on this show. And a young lady goes, who is Sita? Right, so I had to tell her, First Lady, why the switch from First Lady to Sita the Lyrical Diva? By the way, your full name is?
Vasita Cain.
Vasita Cain.
Right.
I know that, right? But I'm just giving you the opportunity. So why the switch? Why the switch?
I'm normally in conversation on a daily basis, literally on a daily basis, with producers from Jamaica, Belgium, Barbados, as far as China.
You have a manager?
We'll talk about that later.
All right. All right, producers come knocking, manager here. Right.
Yes, and each time they would say, you know, where can I find your music? And I would say, look me up on YouTube. And they say, what's your singing name? And I would say, First Lady. And when they type in my name, they would go, which one? And in business, time is money. Right. So I can't be introducing myself to somebody new and say, look for first lady and they come back, which one? By that time, they might have found another more interesting first lady.
Right.
So I had to change.
That's impossible, though. Another, unless she's Michelle Obama.
Well, that was another problem, too. Everybody would say, oh, Michelle. So I had to change. So now that I've changed to Sita the Lyrical Diva, I'm more accessible.
Okay. All right. All right. Where did this begin? Because I'm always interested in the story behind the story. Like, where did First Lady, first of all, and now you've transitioned to Sita, but where did that come from? Where did that start? Somebody asked you a question. Well, when did you start singing? Or how old were you when you started singing? And maybe you didn't want to give it age. You say, oh, it was about 8 years ago. So I'm like, okay. But where did it start? Where did that idea that I can do this come from?
I think when I was a student at the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College, some boys would congregate in the holding area of the college, and they would have these battles where they would sing on one another. And then Garrett Icon John called me one day, and I'd sung something for him. I can't even remember what it is now. But he said, you think you could take them on? I was a bit nervous at first, to be honest. But I said, you know what? I've never seen a female do this. So I went there, and before I could utter a word, somebody said, oh, she's female, she's got to sing about sex. I'm like, And then I jump up, come here, Sophie, smile up, my lyrics make you wild up and continue. And they were like, oh! And from there, people just started to saying, you're the first female I ever heard do this, or you're the first girl I heard do this. And because me feel me get a little hype now, me not a female, me not a girl, me a lady. So then everybody started calling me the first lady.
I see, okay,
Yeah.
all right. How has it been, though? I mean, apart from some very notable individuals, females, it's really a male-dominated thing. How has it been for you? No, the thing is, it's not only male-dominated, it's Jamaican-dominated.
Right.
So you're not male and you're not Jamaican.
Right.
How has it been for you?
To be honest, it's been an uphill battle. I didn't get the support that I thought I would have gotten from Vincentians initially. People would openly laugh, as a matter of fact. People have mocked me. People have told me, oh, you really think you can go to Jamaica and be accepted? People have told me my music would never play in Jamaica. People have told me I would not get a show outside of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And I never let it get to me, because naturally I'm a confident individual. But I'm human. So there would be times when I would be like, boy, suppose they're telling the truth. Because other persons would have tried it before and didn't succeed. And sometimes, at one point, I gave up, because I was competing, like you said, with Jamaicans. And let's face it, dancehall music is of Jamaican origin.
Right.
So what I would do to ensure that I gained rotation on the stations, I would take out lines out of the song and put the DJ's name in it. Very dumb idea, by the way. Very, very dumb idea. And put the DJ's name in it. And that's what you call a dub plate. So I would do specialized plates for DJs. Guess what happened? If I do it for Sehon Marshall, the DJ, Spectrum come and say, well, hey, Sehon Marshall got a specialized song. I want one too.
Right.
Then when Spectrum came, somebody else came and said, and then everybody started to take it for granted. It wasn't until I started to travel that I realized people charge $300 US for one of those. And then when I stopped doing them now...
I was about to ask for one for a plate, but I ain't got $300 US, so anybody in the audience has $300 US to sponsor me a dub plate.
Right, and so I became discouraged.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you want your music to be played on radio.
Right,
because that's how people are going to hear you.
Right.
And the music was not being rotated in the way that it should have. So I became discouraged. But I have I call him a brethren, my bigger brother, in St. Lucia, named Cameron. So Cameron would call me and say, Sita, I want you to come to St. Lucia to perform. I stopped accepting shows. I stopped, like totally, I stopped. Because to me, even if I'm going overseas to perform, yes, you want the money, but what's the purpose if the music is not being played? So what happens after you finish performing? You come home back hungry. You understand? So Cameron said, well, you have a song called Leftovers. So he said, send the song to me, and I will play the song in St. Lucia. The song took over St. Lucia. The song was about, you know, a girl who picked up my ex-boyfriend and feels she find gold, but she really just had my leftovers. Right.
That, I guess that one you can sing on the show. But
that's all. But it was being played in St. Lucia. He said, I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm bringing over DeMarco, who is a Jamaican dancehall artist, and we want you to come over and open for him. So I said, you know what, let me just take this opportunity. I went over, and DeMarco and I were doing promotional radio stops. And I was just doing like a promo, like a normal promo. And DeMarco was like, yo, you bad. He said, you're bad, 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 bad. So I said, really? Because, I mean, even though I'm confident, it's always refreshing when somebody outside of your country tells you you're bad, because dancehall music, like I said, originated in Jamaica. So if a Jamaican tell you you're bad, you're bad. You understand? Right. So he was like, here's what you do. You take my number and you send me more of your material. I mean, I waited on him. I sent him next day. That was Sunday. I sent everything I could send. He said, anytime you come to Jamaica, you contact me. I said, DeMarco, I don't think I should fly to Jamaica. I think you should send me a rhythm. And then that would motivate me to come to Jamaica. It took some convincing. It took a lot of convincing. But he said, listen, the only reason why I'm sending this to you is because you're determined. He sent me the rhythm, and I did a song called Video Light, which gal go on like she alone hot and she alone born figure in a video light. Hairstyle flap and she in a barrow frack full of crosses over people, man, she a fight. You don't know. You know my style already.
I know the song. Yeah. I know the song.
Me acting in the video. I'm in the two-tech chatting in the video. Right. And he said, well, fly to Jamaica and let's do the music video. From there, my love for music was rekindled, and it's been upward since then.
Excellent, excellent. Please, round of applause. Please, come on. It's a brilliant story. So, apart from the music, you said you went to the community college.
Yes, I did.
Unfortunately, I guess people see entertainers in a particular light. Right, and so it needs for young people and young people who have done more and are in the entertainment to showcase that. So you're also a professional. Now that was another thing that I shouldn't say shocked me, but I mean after seeing somebody in tall boots on a dry Friday night, I realized that there's a second side to First Lady at the time, which is Vasita Cain. What do you do as a professional?
I don't like to call it a second side, though. I put it that I understand that there's a time and a place for everything.
Right.
And I act accordingly.
Right.
So it's not necessarily a side.
Okay.
It's just that, you know, I act according to where I am.
It's about relevance, appropriateness.
Right, appropriateness.
All right.
So I'm a professional. I'm employed with the government, the Ministry of Health. I'm a secretary.
Right. You know this is something that we both had a good laugh at, right? Because you know what the University of West Indies?
Yes, please.
This is going to be funny. Seriously, trust me, promise me. I promise you the next revelation is going to be really funny. And you're pursuing studies in?
Psychology.
Right. And who do you expect to come to First Lady for advice?
Yeah, we did laugh about that.
we did. Yeah, I'm thinking, I'm going to sit down in front of you, and all I'm going to be seeing is video light. And I'm thinking, you're going to come to me, what exactly? Happen at the video, walk out at the video, like, you know? But do you have that difficulty with people not knowing how to approach the professional, the public servant, Vasita, because of an experience or the familiarity of First Lady on stage? Do you have a difficulty with that?
I can't recall, no, any such experience, no. Because when I'm dressed for work, I look totally different than when I'm dressed for the stage. So, I mean, it would be weird someone approaching me if they see me in my nice skirt and my jacket and my heel and come tell me, "From you can't cook, just clap." It just wouldn't seem right. They would seem crazy.
I mean, there would be no long green hair.
No.
You know, no really tall boots.
No, and no short shorts and jackets and.
But the growth of your music. Now, I heard you on the beach. I'm an Adventist. I can't say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that was the first time I'd heard you in a very long time. And I thought, wow, you know, our music has really grown. How do you feel about your evolution as an artist and even the growth of your music?
I'm proud. I'm proud because I didn't give up. I'm proud because I'm from a tiny island where there are limited platforms via which artists can express themselves. And I used what was available to me to get to where I'm at now, to the point that I'm representing St. Vincent and the Grenadines in international competitions.
Right.
So I'm proud of myself.
Right. You just did the international bashment
soca competition
in Barbados, and I saw some of your videos. You tore them up.
Yeah.
But didn't win.
No.
How did that make you feel?
I went there hoping to win, but I went there prepared for if I didn't win, if that makes sense to you.
Right.
So I hoped to win, but I was prepared for, you know, if I didn't win. So I wasn't disappointed. I wanted to represent my country. That was what was very much most important to me.
Right.
I wanted to represent St. Vincent, and I wanted to do so well.
Right.
I wanted people to look at the video and say, yeah, she's a cultural ambassador.
Right.
So that was what was most important, and I think I did a very good job.
Yeah, but from the videos I saw, and the way you what is it called, the clash kind of vibe there with the couple people and you call out people's name and thing and so on. I thought it was fantastic as well, I wouldn't be a Vincentian if I say that maybe it's because you're a Vincentian that you didn't win, but I'm not a judge, you know. On the horizon, what do you have? What are your immediate plans for the Lyrical Diva?
After this program, I leave for New York and then to Jamaica.
Bloop. See? You know, and I mean, you don't pop your itinerary on Facebook like some people, but that's another story. But you're traveling. What is your most memorable performance? The one that stands out most in your mind for whatever reason?
It's probably the one in Barbados.
Yeah?
Because I rehearsed twice with the band, only twice. And the song was not being rotated plenty in Barbados. And after the second rehearsal, I was told by 3 different persons in the audience that they did not understand anything I was saying because of my dialect. So I had to think about, how do I get this message across to them? So when I got on stage in the night, I had to tell the band, if you watch the performance, you would hear me saying, take the music really down, really far down, so that they could hear me. And then I said, give me a 1 drop.
Right.
So the dialect, my dialect was easier to understand because the music was not crowding what I was saying.
You're saying. Okay. What are some of the bigger names that you've because you went to Jamaica. I saw videos of you with some of those popular guys. What are some of the popular bigger name artists that you've if not recorded with, but at least worked with, apart from DeMarco?
DeMarco. I actually have a song coming out with Sizzler. It's a love song.
Blow!
Thank you.
We gotta buy that single there, Sizzler. I'm missing you.
It doesn't sound like that, but yeah.
I mean, I know he doesn't have my voice, so I didn't expect a song like this. Right. So go ahead, sorry,
So I've worked performed alongside Popcorn. I've worked with Sizzler. I was featured on the Tropical Punch Rhythm, as I mentioned before, which featured acts like Spice, Pampute, and of course Vibes Cartel.
Right.
I have another song coming out in about 2 or so weeks called Jack It Up, which is a new dance I'm introducing. And it's being produced by Black Sheep Productions, who is the manager for RDX, for persons who are into dancehall music. Yeah. He contacted me and said he heard my work and he would like to work with me. The rhythm features people like Busy Signal, RDX, and a few others. I've opened for Lady Saw, Phantom, Moja, Assassin, Mr. Vegas, Sizzler himself, DeMarco, as I mentioned before, Popcorn, Bounty Killer.
Concoles.
When Bounty Killer came here for Black Race,
yes.
He was impressed with what he saw. And he said, do you want to come out back on my set? And I said, yes. And he called me out, and we both performed one of his songs called High Grade Forever.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
Right, so I opened for him again in Jamaica at Galley Day Bounce.
Okay. What would be your highest point? What is a dream for you in terms of performing? Like, what stage? Some people, if you're a calypso and you're a soca artist, it might be the international soca man in Trinidad. You're dreaming for that. If you're a calypso and it's the big yard for calypso finals, what's that stage for you?
I would love to perform in Africa.
Okay.
I would love to do Africa.
Why Africa?
I think Africa loves dancehall music and they love reggae music, but they only know that it comes from Jamaica.
Right.
I don't think they know that it's branched off and it's evolved, as Candyman mentioned before, to other islands.
Right.
So I would love to be the first Vincentian dancehall artist to go to Africa to perform, to show them that we too can do dancehall music.
All right, okay. Yeah. All right. All right. I need to call some of my contacts.
Please
and,
do.
Yeah.
Please do.
Yeah, because I have some, you know.
Yeah.
So I need to call them and tell them I act and so on. But after we sign the contract. But Sita, it's really a pleasure to have you, and I believe that for those who didn't know you before now, I think you've shown them the diversity of you, which I've always thought that is something that was for me quite interesting, if nothing else. Did you know? I'm serious. How you manage both? I would say personalities is just something I couldn't do. So I'm really happy that you came by. I would love for you to come back at the end of the show and perform for us, as
problem.
I'm sure all of our viewers are expecting me to ask you to do. So we're going to take a break right now. When we come back, we chat with our next guest, and at the end of it, you can expect to hear the lyrics of Sita, the Lyrical Diva. Don't go away. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. I shake your hand.
Thank you. All right.
He's back. No box, no kick, no fight. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be at Late with Sehon Marshall? It's at Late with Sehon Marshall, premiering this Thursday, May 10th at 9 p.m.
The future stars of Wendy's will showcase their talents in the 2018 West Indies Under-19 Cricket Tournament, August 3rd to August 30th in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Matches will be played at the Park Hill playing field, the main Honnesville playing field, the Sign Hill playing field, and the Cumberland playing field. Who will be champions? Barbados, Guyana, Jamaica, the Leeward Islands, Trinidad and Tobago, Canada, or hosting the Windward Islands. It's the West Indies Under-19 Cricket Tournament, August 3rd to 30th. Come see the future stars of Wendy's.
Searchlight Online, now stronger and better, and with more options for everyone. Download the free app and access the e-paper and breaking news. Check out our e-papers read aloud and translation features. Read our e-paper in different formats, even when you're offline. Access our online archive as far back as 2005. Only interested in viewing ads? Go directly to our print ad marketplace. Subscribers get exclusive access to a full-color midweek e-paper edition, in addition to the weekend edition. Affordable monthly, quarterly, biannual, and annual e-subscription plans. Book, submit, and pay for advertisements online. Go to www.searchlight.vc for more details. Searchlight, journalism you can trust. Now stronger, better, and with more options for everyone.
On Friday, August 31st, join the Friends of Sign Hill Inc. on the boat ride. Denims and White aboard the Golden Sunshine from Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn Pier number 9. Boarding time 6 p.m. Departure 7 p.m. sharp. Tickets at $40 available from any member of Friends of Sign Hill Inc. Music by DJ Super Eyes, D1 Entertainment, and DJ Laga. It's the boat ride. Denims and White. For more information, call 917-560-0432, 347-262-8014, or 646-248-3995. For Denims and White, you don't want to miss it.
He's back. No box, no kick, no fight. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be at Late with Sehon Marshall? It's at Late with Sehon Marshall, premiering this Thursday, May 10th at 9 p.m.
And welcome back. It's when I come back, and I have to interrupt Christian. It's just like, you want to do it, but you don't want to do it because it's just so soulful and the music is so, But Please give it up for Christian Mark. All right, I see my audience is very distracted, but it's all right, no problem. All right, so we're back, and we're going to have our final interview segment. Just to remind you of Club St. Vincent Inc., their Cultural Expo on the 25th of August at Friends of Crown Heights, 671 Prospect Place. Check it out. It starts at 12 noon, and lots of Vincentian food and craft on display. Well, you can eat the food, the craft, and so on display. And also, they're going to have a nice, the cultural aspect of it. It's a concert, lots of Vincentian acts, including Scorcher, Said Bowman on pan, Gloria Williams, Garifuna dancers. You know, it's going to be fantastic. I attended that show for a couple of years, and I know it's a really great show. So check them out on the 25th of August at noon at the Friends of Crown Heights building, all right? Also, in tomorrow's edition of the Searchlight newspaper, which is already out, Called the Man Gone Down. I really didn't like that. The new CCJ president encourages Vincentian to make the CCJ the final court of appeal. I'd love that. Of course, you know the president is a Vincentian. Over $3 million worth of drugs found on luxury yacht. All that and more in the newspaper that offers journalism you can trust. The Searchlight newspaper. Pick it up tomorrow. Available on all newsstands. Also, if you're into the electronic aspect, check them out online at www.searchlight.vc. So welcome back. Thank you so much for sticking around. Final segment, final interview segment. We're going to bring on the vice president of the Association of Music Professionals, who's going to tell us about their awards next week. Please give a round of applause for Marvo Morgan. Marvo, look serious, so. Vince, careful enough, because Marvo's husband is here. I'm just saying. Okay. Hi, Marvo.
Hi, good night.
All right. Everything good?
For now.
Please, have a seat.
Thank you.
All right. So, just for the purpose of the viewing public, those on Facebook and so forth, you're Morgan, you're married Morgan.
Yes,
I am maternally Morgan, my mother's Morgan, so we're family,
Yes,
you know?
we are.
Family, we out there. You know? And the voice, you know what I mean, so on and so on. So, you're the VP of AMP. What is AMP?
AMP is an association of music professionals that came about for the leadership, so to speak. We want to take our artists, our music professionals to a different level. So AMP was created in April of 2010. Back then, Bumami was the president, and now we're Truths. Gary Truthsong is the president, and I am the VP now.
Okay, okay. So the idea of AMP is to take music to a different level, or at least the business side of music.
Yes.
How has that been going, though? How receptive, one, have our professionals been, our music professionals been, but also, is it easy to do that?
It's been slow. But like everything in life, right? You must get to a stage where this is where it has to be.
Right.
And that's where AMP wants to take things, that this is what it has to be, and eventually members would get to where they're supposed to be.
All right, all right. Things like copywriting and paying of royalties and so forth, where is that at for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, so that when musicians, music play on the radio stations, do they get paid for that?
Well, some of them do, but most radio stations, as you know, with the exception of 705, NBC Radio,
right,
play foreign content.
Okay.
Let's be real, that's what they play. They play foreign content. So if you play foreign, then it's not going to be in the country, it's going to go. But those who are with ECHO and whatever other association they might be, I know some of them do collect royalties. I know that ECHO for a fact paid out royalties this year to some of its members.
All right, and these are Vincentian artists,
yes,
Vincentian performers. Next week you have your, why am I not hearing myself? Anyway, next week you have your
AMP Awards.
Your AMP Awards. That's when?
On the 31st, the day before the holiday, 31st of July.
Next Tuesday. All right. What are some of the categories of awards for next week's show?
Well, you have Soca Single of the Year, the Entertainer of the Year. Those are some of the categories that will
How many categories are there, first of all?
I think there's about 17 categories, and then we have some legendary persons that we want to recognize as well.
So there's 17 categories. How many nominees? You have an idea of how many nominees?
Each category will have maybe about 5 nominees.
Okay.
5 nominees in each category.
Okay.
Yeah, about 5.
I'm told that that our Lyrical Diva,
yeah, I think she has.
she's nominated
along with Chanel Mackenzie. I think she has.
for one of the categories. Okay. How long have you been having that award, those awards?
This is our fifth AMP award. So this is the 5th year.
And how are people nominated, and how are the winners selected?
Well, there's a process. We send it out to our members, right? There's a nomination process. You sending a request. You might, whether or not me and you might be friends, but
right.
You might like a particular song. So for our entertainer, like for instance, Entertainer of the Year, I think last year Luther got it, right? But for Entertainer of the Year, you might have seen 3 persons, so you send in your entertainer for the year, and then you're supposed to vote.
Who votes?
The members are supposed to vote.
Which would be the artists or the professionals who have...
It's supposed to be the members of AMP.
Right.
Right? That's where we put it. I don't think we included it where members of the public could vote. But that's how it was set up originally, from what I know, that the membership of AMP is supposed to vote for their colleagues.
Right.
Just like with other awards.
All right. And that's fine. I mean, people within the film industry.
Yes, they vote for you.
Yeah, they vote for the you know. So that's fine. There's nothing novel on you or different or anything there. But are there? I mean, if you have, let's say, 15 members, you know, you don't have a very large pot from which you would draw, and so the AMP awardee may not necessarily represent the song or the person or the people who is probably most popular out there.
Well, like I just said, right? You have to get to a stage where this is what it's supposed to be. So the membership is supposed to vote for their colleagues.
Right.
So if there are only 15 paid up members to vote, right? And those 15 are Luther's friend, then Luther gets Entertainer of the Year.
Oh.
Like, that's how it would be, because there's nobody else to outshine.
Understood. But are you happy with the direction, though, that AMP is going with registration? Is there a membership drive to recruit entertainers or professionals into the organization?
There's plans for a membership drive. I mean, we're doing one-on-one where we're calling persons who might have been involved, but they have dropped off the radar. So we have plans for membership drive, we have plans for training, we have a lot of things that we plan to do to get to where it's supposed to be. So,
but these plans are in the pipeline?
Yeah, they're in the pipeline. We're doing them, you know, they're coming slowly.
Okay.
By doing different, last Sunday we were on Views and Issues talking about the music business and where it's supposed to go.
Right.
As professionals.
Okay.
And we're not just here for artists, as some people might think. It's called music professionals.
Right.
So we're here for the dancers, we're here for the producers, we're here for the writers, we're here for the dramatists. Everybody who is actively involved in making music what it is.
How apart from the structuring of the industry in terms of for royalties and so forth, how else does your membership benefit? Do you offer like training programs, training workshops, and if you do, in what areas?
We have done training workshops for voice training, stagecraft, in professionalism, how you're supposed to dress and this kind of thing. We've done things in the past, and we will continue to do it because a lot of our membership is not where they're supposed to be in terms of that concept, how they should dress to go to a gig and all this kind of stuff. So we have continued training to go on.
All right, great. So just before we go, And our show has actually gone on quite extended tonight. I'm really thankful that our viewers have stayed on. But just remind us again of next week's award, coming from you.
Next week's award will be legendary. That's our team. It's on the 31st of July, Tuesday the 31st of July. It's the day before the holiday, so don't worry, you can stay up late. And it
they stay up late already, but they stay up late with me, right?
I know, right? And I mean, you should stay up late because you're going to be our host, one of our hosts. So,
yes,
you know.
yes, I'll be there.
Yes, you'll
I'll be there. I'll borrow one of Candyman's white shoes.
I guess it will be epic then.
Ah! No, his shoes might be a little too short. Anyway, so next week, Tuesday, what time?
We start at 8 p.m. The award starts at 8, but our red carpet event starts at about 7.
All right, and this is where?
At the Peace Memorial Hall.
At the Peace Memorial Hall. So next week, Tuesday, the night before the holiday. And this holiday is the August 1st holiday, which is Emancipation Day. So the night before, on Tuesday, we're at the Peace Memorial Hall for the AMP Awards, the 5th edition of the AMP Awards. Yes. I think... are you at liberty to talk about who your legendary awardees would be? Because I think I know who one of them is.
You do?
Yeah, I think so. Lifetime Achievement awardee.
Who is that?
You sure you want me to say it in public? Miss Judy Boucher.
Come on.
Of course. Yes, Judy. Yes, please. Yes. Judy Boucher is being awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award.
And I'll give you another hint. He was very actively involved in getting Soca Monarch to getting started in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
I know who that is. But I was going to say, if I guess it right, give me a ticket by the host, so I don't get tickets, so never mind. But I think I know who that is. So I'm really looking forward to it, and it's good to that we're honoring people like who've done so much for the industry, like Judy Boucher and our friend who did the Sokomanak Benji Cottle. Yes. And so that'll be a fantastic show. I really look forward to being there. Those are two of our awardees. Yes. All right, and that's fantastic.
So Marvo, I won't speak about.
Let me thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me on behalf of AMP.
Yeah, and I'm glad that, actually, AMP was supposed to come here a long time ago, but then he postponed the
Nothing happens
award.
Before
right. So,
time, yes.
But thank you so much for coming by. I really appreciate it. And I wish the AMP Awards all the best. And I wish AMP all the best. And as a matter of fact, Gary, who's president, Gary Young, and he's very much a part of the team of this show. Yes. And I've offered to work along with him in any way I can. And that yes. With AMP, and that stands. All right? So thank you so much. And hopefully I see you next week Tuesday, yes. With the AMP Awards. Hey, we're taking a quick break. And when we come back, you hear from the Lyrical Diva herself. Don't go away. You're going to love this.
He's back. No box, no kick, no fight. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be at late with Sehon Marshall? It's at late with Sehon Marshall, premiering this Thursday, May 10th at 9 p.m.
On Friday, August 31st, join the Friends of Sehon Hill Inc. on the boat ride. Denims and White aboard the Golden Sunshine from Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn Pier number 9. Boarding time 6 p.m. Departure 7 p.m. sharp. Tickets at $40 available from any member of Friends of Sehon Hill Inc. Music by DJ Super Eyes, D1 Entertainment and DJ Laga. It's the boat ride. Denims and White. For more information, call 917-560-0432, 347-262-8014, or 646-248-3995. For Denims and White, you don't want to miss it.
Searchlight Online, now stronger and better, and with more options for everyone. Download the free app and access the e-paper and breaking news. Check out our e-papers read aloud and translation features. Read our e-paper in different formats, even when you're offline. Access our online archive as far back as 2005. Only interested in viewing ads? Go directly to our print ad marketplace. Subscribers get exclusive access to a full color midweek e-paper edition, in addition to the weekend edition. Affordable monthly, quarterly, biannual, and annual e-subscription plans. Book, submit, and pay for advertisements online. Go to www.searchlight.vc for more details. Searchlight, journalism you can trust. Now stronger, better, and with more options for everyone.
The future stars of Wendy's will showcase their talents in the 2018 West Indies Under-19 Cricket Tournament. August 3rd to August 30th in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Matches will be played at the Park Hill playing field, the main Arnesville playing field, the Sign Hill playing field, and the Cumberland playing field. Who will be champions? Barbados, Guyana, Jamaica, the Leeward Islands, Trinidad and Tobago, Canada, or host team the Windward Islands. It's the West Indies Under-19 Cricket Tournament, August 3rd to 30th. Come see the future stars of Wendy's.
He's back. No box, no kick, no fight. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be at late with Sehon Marshall? It's at late with Sehon Marshall, premiering this Thursday, May 10th at 9 p.m.
Whatever song you're going to perform, but you're going to like it. Give it up for Sita, the Lyrical Diva.
What's this I hear about women not being able to cook? Rubbish.
Good night, my people. How are you feeling?
Rubbish.
This is Sita the Lyrical Diva.
First lady can cook
And
for
I
her
can
baby.
cook. When the people that say, hey, from you can cook, just slap. Nobody never dash where your food round a house back. From you can cook, just slap. Your food never make man intestine snap. From you can cook, just slap. Cause some girl would starve if no be snapbacks. From you can cook, start to clap. Women ladies that can cook, if you can cook, wave.
Hey, don't come, you know you can't cook.
Look at those.
See, don't panic, girl, your hand them no.
Hey, balance on it, you could write a cookbook. You're somebody in the kitchen, your man call you a cook. Some girl can't do nothing by the stove. All I make white rice turn out mauve. If I know you girl model and pose, you hot by the stove like how you hot in your clothes. You all your man cook whatever it takes. Bake from Christmas cake to soft bakes. Matey food that give man belly ache. Till she hot and can even make a bowl of cornflakes. You can't cook, just slap. My name is Sita the Lyrical Diva, better than yellow fever. Thank you so much for having me.
What's this I hear about women not being able to cook?
I'm going to turn my mic
Rubbish.
off. And until next time, next week, when we are back with the exciting show, thank you so much for watching. Good night.
First lady can cook for her baby. Hey, from you can cook, just slap. Nobody never dash where your food round a house back. From you can cook, just slap.
He's back. No box, no kick, no fight. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be at late with Sehon Marshall? It's at late with Sehon Marshall, premiering this Thursday, May 10th at 9 p.m.